KMTV Action 3 News Weekend starts now.
My family was sleeping and we kind of just heard this like pop, 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 pop.
Multiple shootings overnight left several people injured, including a toddler. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Nick Starling. Right now, Omaha police are looking for those responsible for the shootings. Reporter Miranda Christian now joins us live with more. Miranda.
5 people were injured last night in these rash of shootings. They started just before 2 a.m. this morning, and while police were investigating the first shooting near 45th and Larimore, they heard shots several blocks away.
Police are investigating a shooting in this area near Brown and Fontenelle. OPD says 3 women were shot just after 3 a.m. Family says they were celebrating an anniversary when several people were outside saying goodbye when a dark SUV drove by and opened fire.
My family was sleeping and we kind of just heard this like pop, 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 pop.
The 3 women were taken to the hospital with serious injuries but were expected to survive. This crime comes as a surprise to this usually quiet neighborhood.
People wave, people say hello. I mean, like I said, it's a very peaceful and quiet neighborhood, and it's just unfortunate that you have those individuals sometimes that are outside of the neighborhood that come in and cause those issues.
Then around 4:30 a.m., police responded to another shooting near 34th and Meredith. 17-month-old Raymar McCown was injured while being put in a car and someone shot at the vehicle. Bullet holes could still be seen with the shattered window and back. One neighbor woke up to the gunshots. He asked not to be shown on camera, but says hearing a baby was involved is heartbreaking.
More and more you keep hearing innocent children getting hurt, from the aftermath. People just don't have any morals about, who's around.
Police say McCown was hurt by shrapnel or glass, but should be okay. Because of these shootings, neighbors say they will look out for one another.
You wouldn't think that would happen in this neighborhood because, most people own their homes and we know the neighbors and it's usually quiet around here.
Police are still looking for those responsible for each shooting at this time. It does not appear that they're related. If you have any information, to please contact Crime Stoppers. Reporting live, I'm Miranda Christian, KMTV Action 3 News.
All right, thank you, Miranda. Well, a Husker football coach was ticketed for DUI this morning after a car crash. According to police, Keith Williams' blood alcohol was about twice above the legal limit. He blew about a 0.15 when he and another car crashed around 2 o'clock this morning at 9th and N Streets in Lincoln. Williams is a Husker wide receiver coach and in his second season with the Nebraska coaching staff after previously coaching at Tulane, Fresno State, and San Jose State. According to police records, this would be his 3rd DUI. Nebraska Athletic Department spokesman Keith Mann sent out this statement saying, quote, "The Nebraska Athletics Department is aware of the incident involving assistant coach Keith Williams. We will continue to gather additional information and will withhold further comment at this time." Well, we have an update in a car versus pedestrian crash we first brought you last week. The woman who was hit near 9th and West Center Monday has died in the hospital. Police say 29-year-old Shayla Pettit was crossing Center at Paddock Road when her car with her dog when a 74-year-old driver of a Volvo hit them. Her dog died at the scene. Speed and alcohol were not considered factors.
Now, your Weather Alert First Forecast.
Hello everyone, and savoring a beautiful Sunday with plenty of sunshine, light winds. Gorgeous day today as we take a look at temperatures from around the area. In your neighborhood, like Mission Park, 88, 84 in Elkhorn, Chalco Hills at 81 and 84 out in La Vista, and lower 80s still across the eastern sections of the city, with 83 at Swanson Park, Willow Springs, and Fairview. In terms of sky conditions, mainly clear skies, just a few high-level clouds around the metro. As we take a look at Threat Tracker for the next 3 days, it's a good illustration of what type of weather we'll be seeing. We're keeping it in the low category. Nothing should be impacting your plans all that much. There may be a few rumbles of thunder on Tuesday. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, John, we'll see you in a few minutes. Well, Wisconsin's governor has put the National Guard on standby after a night of violence in Milwaukee. Tensions flared Saturday after an African-American police officer shot and killed an armed African-American man in the area that was already on edge. Brian Webb reports.
Neighbors on Milwaukee's north side came together Sunday morning to clean up after 4 buildings and several cars were set on fire. A gas station burned to the ground and about 100 protesters faced off with police suited up in riot gear Saturday night.
You got a city riot going on because once again the police has failed to protect us like they say they was going to do.
The violence started a few hours after a police officer shot and killed Sylville Smith during a traffic stop Saturday afternoon. Police say the 23-year-old ran and had a loaded gun in his hand. Investigators say Smith had a lengthy arrest record.
The officers were in the neighborhood yesterday afternoon to preserve the safety of this neighborhood.
Milwaukee's mayor pleaded for peace moving forward.
So if you love your son, you love your daughter, you love your grandchild, tell them to stay away from this area.
Police made 17 arrests overnight. 4 officers were hurt, along with a 16-year-old girl hit by a stray bullet. Police say they did not fire a single shot during the protests. People in the community say tensions have been rising since at least 2014, when police killed a mentally ill black man.
The black people of Milwaukee are tired. They're tired of living under this oppression.
The state is now investigating Saturday's shooting. Brian Webb for CBS News.
The officer involved in the shooting was not identified, but officials say he was wearing a body camera, which could help with the investigation. Well, Olympic medalist Ryan Lochte and 3 fellow U.S. swimmers are robbed at gunpoint. The U.S. Olympic Committee says it happened in Rio de Janeiro this morning. The 4 U.S. athletes were in a taxi that was pulled over by robbers posing as police. Lochte says the robbers ordered everyone to get to the ground. He says he initially refused, but one of the robbers then had put a gun to Lochte's forehead. The attackers took the athletes' wallets and cell phones, but no one was injured. Police say they have opened an investigation into the incident. Lochte was in the taxi with swimmers Gunnar Bentes, Jack Conger, and Jimmy Fegan. Well, closer to home now, the movement to cut down on violence and panhandling in White Clay is slowly becoming reality. But many people want the town to stop selling alcohol altogether. Activists who want to close the town's 4 beer stores, since the nearest Indian reservation is plagued by alcoholism. They're grateful that lawmakers and Governor Pete Ricketts are trying to address the problems, but they say some of the new proposals would force taxpayers to pay for a situation caused by the stores. White Clay sold the equivalent of, get this, 3.5 million cans of beer last year, despite having a dozen residents. The issue of transgender bathrooms goes in front of the Omaha Public School Board meeting tomorrow. 3 board members requested this discussion for a more detailed policy for transgender students. This comes after an order from the Obama administration to public schools to let students use the bathroom they identify with. If schools did not follow the order, federal funding could be cut. Well, there's a scam warning tonight from Omaha police. Police say there's a recent rise in the number of attempted telephone scams. The calls come from an outside area code, and the caller claims to be an IRS special agent checking on a warrant. The caller demands $10,000 to $50,000 to avoid arrest. If you're not sure about the call, you're urged to check with police first. Well, a special guest hits the softball field at Millard West High School. In an effort to raise money for cystic fibrosis research, Olympic gold medalist Jeannie Finch holds a softball clinic with the girls this evening. The kids got a chance to train with the best, along with snagging some autographs as well. But this is more than just a fundraiser for Finch. She's doing it for her cousin Rachel, who's battling the disease.
I'm honored to come in and help raise support for cystic fibrosis. All of these lovely softballers came out to give all the proceeds will be going to the battle of cystic fibrosis and for my sweet cousin who is battling her own little fight against cystic fibrosis, and what a brave, courageous fight she battles every single day.
Finch's cousin Rachel turned 11 last month. She's currently undergoing clinical trials for cystic fibrosis. The money from this event will go towards finding a cure. Well, the big day has come for students at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. Today, more than 2,000 students are making themselves at home at UNO housing. Brianna Price is one of the many students moving in as a freshman business major. She says UNO has a great program that helped make her the move from Minneapolis great and living accommodations.
They can help you out. It's been really nice because this is one of the reasons that drew me to this college, is being able to have an apartment-style dorm. The other difference is that there's just so many more things to buy since I have to share a bathroom with somebody. Now I have a living room and a kitchen and a balcony, and there's just a lot more things to get.
On-campus housing is at capacity with a waiting list. The new facilities are helping meet with the demand, though. UNO new Scott Crossing, a mixed housing facility, is currently under construction and will open in the fall of 2017. Well, UNO is hosting a cover crop field day to improve soil and produce forage. The event kicks off August 25th in Bolas, Nebraska. It'll start at the Bolas Civic Center, and participants will travel to a field site in the afternoon. University experts will be on site to answer questions, along with soil health specialists from U.S. Natural Resources and Conservation Services. Well, Nebraska Game and Parks is gearing up for a couple mentoring programs to help kids learn about the sport of hunting. Both programs will pair recent graduates of hunter education courses with mentors. Pheasants Forever and Quail Forever offers one program, hunters ages 12 to 15. The second program for hunters ages 12 to 17 focuses on bow hunting with programs near Omaha, Lincoln, Ashland, Plattsmouth, and Grand Island. Well, coming up after the break, flooding woes continue for Louisiana. We'll show you how they are recovering. Plus, earthquakes rocked Oklahoma. We'll show you how much damage was caused.
And coming up in the weather, we have some beautiful weather headed our way. However, I'll be discussing more heat by the middle part of the week, followed by a hefty cold front and what that means for the metro. Stay with us.
I am a working mom, so that's a balancing act. It really does take the entire family to make it all work. I'm a better meteorologist because I'm a mom. I want to know the same things that you do, and I think of that when I'm forecasting. Do you need to prepare for games in dangerous heat? Are you in the path of a storm? We're in this together. We all want to keep our families safe.
Jennifer Zeppelin, joining Jennifer Griswold and Craig Negrelli, weeknights on KMTV Action 3 News live at 10.
4x for being one with the water, sand, and the land. For those that let the open air guide them. For inspired style, matched only by what it stands for. So head into your local Jeep dealer and take advantage of summer savings while summer's still here. Jeep Cherokee. It's how we live 4x for summer.
Current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low mileage lease on the 2016 Jeep Cherokee Latitude for $206 a month.
Adventure Bay Water Park is now open at Adventureland. Come ride the waves and soak up the sun in oceans of aquatic fun. It's all included with your admission to Adventureland Park, along with the Monster, our new steel roller coaster. 2 great parks, all for one low price. See our website for park and water park operation dates.
Drive home great deals now during the summer clearance event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with 3 metro locations, Bellevue, La Vista, and West Dodge. Just sign and drive a new 2016 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn 4x4. Only $259 a month, 0 due at signing. New 2016 Cherokee Latitude 4x4, lease just $199 a month. Or get $4,000 off MSRP, plus 0% for 72 months. At Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Weather Alert Kids, sponsored by Children's Hospital and Medical Center.
In South Louisiana, the rain has stopped, but the destruction is widespread. Emergency crews are still trying to reach people trapped in their homes. Don Champion has the latest from the deadly floods hit hard in Baton Rouge.
Homes are barely visible after historic flooding across southern Louisiana. Volunteers with boats rescued people left stranded in their homes, including this family in Baton Rouge.
I'd expect somebody to do it for me and my family, so that's why I do it.
Hundreds of drivers who tried to evacuate ahead of the flooding have been stuck on I-12 since Saturday. State police airlifted food and water to them.
It's very crazy. We never experienced anything like this. Hopefully we won't have to do it again.
The governor of Louisiana says even though the rain has stopped in some places, the situation is still very dangerous.
The waters are going to continue to rise in many areas,
And so this is no time to let the guard down.
The flooding has also paralyzed travel in this region. Roads and even highways are underwater and closed, causing backups like this.
The governor says more than 7,000 people have been rescued since the heavy rain started on Friday.
They're okay. They're okay.
One woman cried tears of joy after learning that her parents made it out safely. Thousands of homes have flooded, and officials say even more are now in the path of rivers and creeks that have yet to crest. Don Champion, CBS News, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Louisiana is under a state of emergency, and the governor asked for federal disaster declaration. The governor says more than 5,000 people are in shelters. Well, 3 small earthquakes strike northern Oklahoma this weekend. The U.S. Geological Survey reports the strongest was a magnitude 3.1 quake recorded this morning, just 6 miles east of Medford. No injuries or damage is reported. The agency also recorded a magnitude 2.7 quake and a magnitude 2.7. The number of earthquakes has skyrocketed in Oklahoma from a few dozen in 2012 to more than 900 last year. Scientists have linked the increase to the underground disposal of wastewater from oil and gas production. And joining us now is meteorologist John Walsh. And just taking a look at all that video in Louisiana, I have a few family members that live in Mississippi, that live near the Mississippi River, and it floods there all the time. And you can just, it's kind of, you put your heart out there for them.
Yeah, and Mississippi's been hit hard too. I mean, there's been several communities there that have over 10 inches of rainfall. Baton Rouge certainly has had at least that much, and there's a town called Livingston that's had over 21 inches of rain since it started. It's unbelievable. Those folks are really going through a tough time down there, while we're enjoying nothing but sunshine and light winds. I mean,
not a whole lot of rain here.
I almost feel guilty. Yeah, the weather here is just picture perfect. We have high-level clouds outside, obscuring the sun just a little bit. 86 degrees, our present temperature right now, and it's obscured it enough from keeping us in the upper 80s. But still, all in all, beautiful day today, and calm winds, low humidities, the dew point sitting only at 58 degrees. Looking at temperatures across our entire area, warm spots, Omaha, Lincoln, in the mid-80s, most everybody else in the lower 80s, and Denison is the cool spot at 79 degrees. As we take a look at the radar, it is spinning, indicating nothing but dry conditions out there, and that's the case almost across the entire region. There you can faintly see some of those high-level clouds on our visible satellite. If we expand outward a little bit, you can see some thunderstorms coming out of Montana, the northern sections of Wyoming, and into the western regions of South Dakota out around Rapid City. Now, there's a weak disturbance that's going to be sliding through this part of the country, and eventually, according to this particular short-range model, some of those thunderstorms may make it into extreme northeast Nebraska late tonight toward the pre-dawn hours of Monday. However, they will pretty much dissipate. No harm, no foul for us. It's going to be quiet. On Tuesday, a little bit of a different story. We have this trough out here, and we could be seeing some thunderstorms. There's a slight chance as another disturbance rolls in here on Tuesday morning. And then we'll see a break in the clouds. Mostly sunny conditions. Then as the trough pushes east, additional development as we head into Tuesday evening. So we'll keep a chance of thunderstorms in the forecast for Tuesday, again, early in the day and then in the evening hours. And then beyond that, it looks like it's going to turn a little bit warm. We'll show you that on the 7-day, and I know you're eager to get back to work tomorrow, so we'll give you the early morning commute temperatures for both the morning and the PM drive. 64 degrees tomorrow, 88 in the afternoon. Looks like a pleasant day out there. Enjoy that. For tomorrow, for tonight, 62 degrees, clear skies, calm winds tonight. No problems around the metro. We'll take a look at tomorrow. Highs near 88 degrees with light winds becoming south-southeasterly at 5 to 10. Your 7-day forecast looks like this on Tuesday. Again, we mentioned those thunderstorms, slight chances for the metro. We'll still be in the upper 80s. Wednesday, lower 90s, and that holds true for Thursday as well. So a little bit warm through the middle part of the week, increasing the humidities as well. A pretty hefty cold front slides through on Friday, and with that, we'll have more widespread coverage of showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures on Friday with the clouds will be in the mid-80s, but look how cool it's going to be on Saturday, and even the morning lows for Sunday, down into the 50s, and then we'll rebound on Sunday for highs of about 80 degrees. So a little bit of a cool start to the weekend, but the middle part of the week, we're still maintaining those summer-like temperatures.
All right, another hot week. All right, thank you, John. Up next in sports, with the Husker game just weeks away, we talk with Coach Mike Riley on his feelings going into week 1.
At the Joseph A. Bank Super Tuesday sale, save up to 70% on almost everything in the store, including Tropical Blend sport coats for $99 and suits for $169. Plus, take an extra 50% off all clearance. Only at Joseph A. Bank this Tuesday, Preview Day Monday.
When Lawson was this big, he had club feet and wore casts. When he was this big, there were leg braces, surgery, and more casts. Now that Lawson is this big, all he has to worry about is finishing his homework and getting to basketball practice on time. That's because when Lawson was this big, he started receiving comprehensive care from the orthopedic specialists at Children's Hospital and Medical Center, the best place for kids.
Good call, Mom and Dad.
Children's Hospital and Medical Center. We know children.
You've heard of a pack of wolves, the pride of lions, a murder of crows. Well, we call this a rumble of Dodges. When you call one, you call them all.
Right now, current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2016 Dodge Charger for $299 a month.
At the Joseph A. Bank Super Tuesday sale, save up to 70% on almost everything in the store, including Tropical Blend sport coats for $99 and suits for $169. Plus, take an extra 50% off all clearance. Only at Joseph A. Bank this Tuesday, Preview Day Monday.
Just announced, Ford Freedom Sales Event extends 0% financing for 72 months on all remaining 2016 Fords. Drive an F-150 Super Crew 4x4 for only $289 per month, or a nice Ford Fusion for just $169 a month. Compare and save at Ashley Ford or AshleyFord.com.
La Vista. Thanks for watching KMTV-3. Now, your Omaha Sports Insider Report.
News and notes from Saturday's scrimmage at Memorial Stadium. Freshman linebacker Greg Simmons was carted off the field. He suffered a neck injury, but he's expected to be okay. Trey Bryant, he was the standout among the running backs on Saturday, and transfer Tanner Lee found out the quarterback is going to get 2 years to play in Lincoln after sitting out the 2016 season. Jordan Westerkamp, Sethan Carter, and Michael Rose-Ivy, they all sat out of Saturday's scrimmage. Westy tweaked the groin. Sethan hit his head on the turf the other day and suffered a concussion. And MRI has a knee injury. But overall, head coach Mike Riley seems satisfied with the work that got done.
Our goal going in was to get our ones and our twos 25 live plays, you know, about a quarter of football, and we did that. And then we let the newer, younger guys play for quite a while. We made sure all three quarterbacks got a shot, and that was good. I think they all did some good things. And so I think, you know, overall, well, we got accomplished kind of what we wanted to. I know we're going to see a lot of the football part of it to use for teaching, so that was good.
Riley singled out the defensive line for their work during the scrimmage. It's one of the biggest question marks on the team this season. They're young and inexperienced, but Riley says he likes the way they're progressing.
I think for sure our defensive line is on the rise. You know, we need a lot of work to get game ready and to be a factor in the games. You know, I think that we've got to continue to develop so that we develop, you know, the ability to have pass rushers in that picture, you know. But I think overall they're looking, that group looks solid.
At the beginning of the day, the Creighton Prep baseball team was still alive at the American League World Series, but they needed Washington to win today and score 9 or more runs. That did not happen. North Carolina shut out Washington 12-0. Last night, Prep fell behind Lockport, Indiana, and they could never recover. 7-0 at one point in the game. Prep rallied for 3 runs late, but it wasn't enough. They dropped to 1-2 in the tournament. with the 8-3 loss. And they coming home. The Royals wrapped up their series in Minneapolis this afternoon, and they busted the ball game wide open in the 4th inning. Salvatore Perez, he with the solid rip. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Beautiful air. I think that's from a blimp. Lorenzo Cain is going to literally walk in after this single by Salvatore Perez. It was 2-1, Kansas City. Alcides Escobar steps in, and he steps up, drills a rocket over the center fielder's head. Perez and Alex Gordon would score easily. It was 4-1. Then the big blow. Paulo Orlando, the former storm chaser, golfs a sunshot. This one will eventually come down in the second deck at Target Field. 6 runs in the 4th. They get 4 in the 6th. The Royals win the series finale 11-4 to take 2 of 3 from those Twins.
Yeah, the Royals have a lot of games to make up, though. The match of success they had last season.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be their season this year, Nick.
I don't think so.
Let's hope it's not another 30 years before they win another World Series.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
I'll wait and see. Well, if you would like more Omaha Sports Insider, you can get it whenever you want at omahasportsinsider.com. Powered by KMTV-TV and AM 590 ESPN Omaha.
And the women of KMTV-3 and Star 104.5
for the 23rd annual Komen Race for the Cure, Sunday, October 9th.
It's a great run for a great cause. Help us as we fight to beat breast cancer.
The event will be held at the Baxter Arena, 67th and Center, just across from Exarban Village.
Register now for the 23rd annual Komen, Nebraska Race for the Cure. Join us Sunday, October 9th at Baxter Arena and Exarban Village. Go to KMTV.com for details.
The home at 14 Green Street. The showing. The butterflies. The papers. The crunching of numbers. The offer, the counter, the poker face, the impasse. Finding the happy place. The compromise. The closing of loopholes, the ironing of wrinkles, the signing, the shake, no, the hug. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
Ram has won countless awards. We have best-in-class torque and 31,210 pounds towing, along with an exceptionally smooth ride. So, what does all this award-winning engineering add up to? Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups. Get a great deal during the Ram Summer Clearance Event. Financing at an average $12,988 in total values on the purchase of select Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab models in dealer stock.
Omaha's official home for Husker sports is AM 590 ESPN Omaha. The Big Red is on Omaha's biggest all-sports radio station with over 12 hours of in-depth Husker football coverage every game day from the Husker Sports Network and AM 590. But that's only the start. AM 590 keeps the Nebraska conversation going every day with Omaha Sports Insider. Online and on the radio weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 with Joe Quinn and Nick Handley. Omaha's official home for Husker sports. AM 590 ESPN Omaha.
Maybe a bike ride this evening. Beautiful night for that. 83 at 7 o'clock. We'll drop to the lower 70s by 10. Clear skies, no wind at all.
All right, thank you for joining us at 5:30. We'll see you back here at 10.